I know that my Savior lives, and at the end, he will stand on this earth. My flesh may be destroyed, yet from this body, I will see God. Yes, I will see him for myself. I long for that moment. Grandma, I really miss you, but it ain't been the same. Drop a tear when I hear your name. Bury your little away. Why you gotta be so far away? You just say, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. But it ain't just like
We do
that.
not
Took the
own
Lord with
the
you. I
right
could not
to
told him
the
he can't.
music, but we are going to make sure we pay tribute to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Earl DMX, Mr. Earl DMX himself. So, and the crazy thing is, I was like, I forgot his last name was Simmons. That was the craziest thing. Mr. Earl DMX Simmons. He has left us. He is gone, not forgotten. We all have a favorite DMX song, DMX movie, a DMX quote. We are definitely going to keep him and his family, well, his family rather, in our prayers and our thoughts, as we mourn the life and the legacy of, once again, Mr. Earl DMX Simmons. Come on in. We welcome you to this fiery Friday. Friday. Um, I am him, he is I. I will always and forever be your friend, your brother, your neighbor, your nephew, or your uncle. That guy down the street, your ex co-worker, your new co-worker, just a good guy to know. Yes, I am him. I am the one and only Coach J Hart. And as always, I'm riding with my girl, Miss Coach Tisha Marie Jones. She got so much stuff going on. Man, I'm trying to be like her. I'm trying to ride her. I'm trying to just get the dustings of what she got going on, man. But I know if y'all follow her, y'all will see a lot of the stuff that's going on. I take my hat off to her. I bow gracefully to her. God is richly doing some things in her life. Um, please look out in the group and on her personal page for the things that are up and coming, books, dates, tours, leadership conference, launching websites, and the relaunching of the coaching business. I ain't gonna say everything she got going on, but anyway, she I'm gonna let her say her
Right,
good
because
stuff,
some
man.
stuff is still in the work.
TMI. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I said it's still to come. Well,
Okay.
I just said be on the lookout. That's it. Can I not congratulate? I don't get a chance to open up this show.
I
Can I
appreciate
open it?
you.
I'm done talking. Go ahead. You can
I
talk. I'm about to
appreciate
mute my
you.
mic. Go ahead.
You know what?
Nope. You can cut
See,
me
this
all
is
off and
exactly
stuff.
why. See, this is why men are from Mars and women are from Venus. This right here. This. I'm just saying. I can't. I just.
I'm
It.
just
I
saying, y'all
feel
be talking about y'all want men to talk and
it.
express themselves, and when they do, you just want to cut them all up and put your own little 2 cent in. You trying to word my mouth, trying to be like Jesus, trying to word my mouth. Mm-mm-mm. Go ahead, tell the people what you're doing and all what this day is, and we can get this show started. I'm done. I'm through. I ain't never opening this show again. Get it? I'm done.
See what I got to deal with. Nonetheless, thank you, Coach Jay, for all the accolades and the love, sir. I appreciate you so very, very much. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What? Huh?
Too late. The thriller's gone. Go ahead.
See how you do me. Hey Berlin, Sissy, hey Calvin, hey Annette, hey Taronda. Hey y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. And everybody else who I can't see at the moment. Thank you for joining the
Wait,
broadcast.
did you say Calvin?
Yeah, Calvin up tonight.
What? He up? Man, he must ain't got nothing to do in the morning if he up. Normally he be up. Him and the birds be sleep together. So I don't know.
Right.
The sun be going down and he be going down with it. I know he gonna beat me up for talking about him. So what? Who
But
cares?
but he like
Calvin, it's
you
all love.
working 27
Man,
hours a day.
I
So
get it
yeah.
from watching my big brother. Shoot, I'm just saying.
Hilarious. But thank you guys. Listen, go ahead, share the broadcast if you haven't already done so. We appreciate you. We are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. One day we're gonna add some other stuff, but for now, go ahead, share the broadcast. Say hello so we can say hello back. And we're gonna get this conversation started. We had originally had intended, sorry, to do another show because it's National Name Yourself Day. But we decided that we're gonna do something different. Uh see that he cutting up Calvin. I don't know. Already we are
Already.
six
I gotta get
minutes
it in before he go
into
to sleep. I gotta get it in before he goes back to sleep. I'm about to set an alarm for this.
That's funny. Hey, Minister Diane, thank you for joining us. So, tonight we're going to be talking about, I can't talk tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about relationship busters, things that mess up, jack up, bust up your relationship, and hopefully, depending on how this guy feels, we'll give you some suggestions on how to rectify some of that, how to, you know, take some of that energy and put it somewhere else, or, do some things that you really need to do that you should have done in the first place. Yes, sir.
I- What part do you? What me do you want? Because you talking about it's up to me to get. I'm just look. Shout out to all my swords, y'all out there. Please be safe. All my thetas out here in the world, be safe while y'all traveling to and fro over these dangerous highways and byways. I already pray for traveling grace and mercy. While y'all down in ATL having a ball, please be safe. Um, my other, yeah. So what part of me do you? Go ahead. We'll see what happens. I already prayed. I said, let the Lord use me. Hallelujah. Rosh
Right, because I'm
Hashanah.
like, you gonna preach. I mean,
I'm
you
trying
gonna
not to. I'm
share
trying
words, you
not to.
gonna reveal, the innermost being.
Okay,
It's
go
all
ahead. You
it's
can
it's
start.
like Prego, it's in there. All right. So listen, let's go on and get the conversation started. So it's never an all-inclusive list, but we're gonna talk about some hot ones tonight. It is Fiery Friday. So again, go ahead, share the broadcast if you haven't done so already. So I think we already understand that men are from Mars, women are from Venus. There's a communication gap between men and women. And so let's talk about some of the things that broaden that gap, such as criticism. Now, you got to know that when we're talking about being a couple, we're on the same team. How do we forget that we're on the same team? One of the ways we forget we're on the same team because we allow stuff to come in and creep in, and um, we allow ourselves to be critical of one another. Now, it's one thing to give healthy and positive criticism, I guess you could say, because you want the best in the other person, or at least at one point in the relationship, you did want the best for the other person. But when does that slip over into just being critical and allowing that criticism to be in such a negative light that is damaging? to the relationship, sir?
It's so funny that you started with this. I have a Facebook friend who just got recently got married. Um, and she put up on a post. Now, mind you, she's a little dark skinned and she married. I don't know if her husband is Caucasian or if he's just lighter than her or what. I really didn't get into the whole story. But long story short, he is paying for her to get her skin bleached.
I'm sorry, what?
He's paying for her to get her skin bleached. And she really don't want
Voluntarily?
and she doesn't want to go through with it, but she loves her husband and wants to compromise with him for it.
So
So she's going to do
let's
it.
compromise and him getting a tan. Let's compromise that way. Because why would you want me to go through a process where I'm putting harmful, I don't care how much they say they're not, harmful chemicals on one's body to bleach your skin? Why would
But,
you
but
want that?
that's the whole thing about loving each other. Because when you said criticism and stuff, that's the first thing I thought. I love
That,
that.
that's your
But
sister.
but Lord Jesus. Um when you soon as you said that, that's the first. It's funny because I was cleaning up, still at work. I'm cleaning up, and that her story just dropped in my spirit for real. And I was like, Lord Jesus, I got to see how she's doing. And then you come up with this criticism. I'm like, isn't that one of the most and biggest criticisms that you can ever to force your mate into doing something that way?
But how do you not know that before you get married?
I think we become desperate to the point where we don't want to be by ourselves. So
Nah.
we make a huge sacrifice
Mm-mm.
in oneself to
Mm.
be with someone. I mean, there's people who there's Christians who marry Muslims.
I know a couple that works out well for them. How? I don't know. But if it
I,
works,
I I know a couple who actually goes to two different churches. The wife says, I don't like your church. The husband says, I can't leave my church because I'm the assistant pastor.
mm,
And
yeah.
it works. It's a huge division family wise because the family is like, how can y'all do this? But he's like, it keeps the peace. If she wants to go over here,
Yeah, does it work or do we just resolve that it's not that important to come to a happy medium? Do you come to a happy medium with
okay,
stuff like that?
I don't okay, I don't want to get off what you just said. So the criticism and the betrayal between each other, I think that we lose sight of the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is always us.
Yeah.
However, there's a part of you that have to make sure that you maintain you. And if you are in a relationship with a mate that is always criticizing you for whatever, I think you really need to reevaluate your relationship and ask yourself, why am I really truly here? Because that's not love. That's not love. Because if I'm supposed to be like Christ and love you just like he loved, when did you ever see in the biblical that Christ criticized the church? He told them to
Wow.
get their crap together. He went over and said, y'all ain't about to do this in this church. He died for the church. He bled for. Where did it say he criticized and or belittled?
So that makes me think of Ephesians chapter 5, where it says that the man loves his wife as his own body. So, as men, you have to be thinking, are my actions, do I understand that my actions toward my wife are actually toward myself?
Do you not realize that some men don't care?
Oh, I know men that don't care.
Do you not realize that some men really have not sat down and scrutinized and broke down that text to really get the understanding of it?
I was married to, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I've been married. I was not the perfect husband. I will admit, I had my flaws. I didn't understand. I understand more now than I did then. And even back then, I knew, but I was in a different headspace. So even when I knew better, I didn't do better because I was not in the space and or in the place to do better or to be better and or to want to do and or be better.
Wow.
Was that a reason for me to be was that a reason for me to, be me or do what I did or say what I said? No. I trust me, I apologize every time I think about it
It's really
because I
hard
knew
to
better.
imagine you as that person. I mean, I know you
I
can be
know, right?
kind of
Oh,
something else.
Jesus. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah,
But,
die. Yeah, man.
you know, getting to know the softer, gentler you, it's just sometimes I'm like,
You,
really?
and you know
Are you
what?
that?
I'm understanding that I have always been this person, but there comes that's funny, Jesus. Okay. You get to a point where you have to realize there's greater for you. But the only way that you can be great is if you back away from the things that's holding you from greatness.
Yeah.
There comes a point in time, and even David said, Psalms 34, I will. He had to make a decision in his mind, no matter what happens. There's some things I'm going to do regardless. You get to a point in your personal life that you have to say, regardless of what happens, I know I need to change and fix this. I need to change and fix this. I need to change and fix this. And while I have breath in my body, I'm going to change these things every day, every day, every day. What happened? Paul, die to self daily. That's it. And that's how we become better husbands. That's how we become better wives because we have to understand that it's not me. Marriage is not a me game, it's an us game. And if I understand, going all the way back to what we said before, if I understand my husband and my wife's love language, I can better understand them and I know how to treat them. Vice versa, if I open up and let them into me, and they understand my love language, they know how to love and respect and treat myself. So I mean, there's a give and take, but being in a sarcastic, belittling relationship really takes away from what could be and or should be.
Yeah. Wow. So you guys, thank you for joining us. If you're just joining in, we appreciate you being here. Go ahead and share the broadcast. We want to say hello to all those that are out there tuning in tonight. for the Lover in You group. We see y'all. Thank y'all so much for your support. Everybody that is also viewing, whether you're on YouTube or somewhere else on Facebook, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to the lover in you. Everybody that's in the group. What's happening? If you have not shared the broadcast, like she said, please share it. Please send it to somebody. Let somebody know that your people is on and we got some topics we gonna talk about. Number two, where we at?
So, leading straightway into that, disrespect. Now, I know
In
that's
what
some,
manner?
huh?
In what manner? Are you talking about period? Or are you
Period.
talking about a certain? Okay, go ahead. I
Period.
apologize. Go ahead.
And usually that's because there have been some things and there's been some unforgiveness in the midst of the relationship. There could even be some unresolved issues or repeated behavior that causes you to build up this stuff, this wall, this toxic energy that leads to either I blatantly disrespect you or I just have no respect for you. And either one is a bad place. So if you're the person you're inflicting the disrespect, then again, you got to understand that we're not enemies. We're on the same team.
Supposed to be. But
So
okay, so disrespect for what? For why? You wake up in the morning to disrespect the person you just laid in bed next to. For
idiotic.
why? And I'm not about to beat nobody up because once again, I was there. We had issues and unresolved issues and all that other good stuff. So I understand it. Excuse me. But I had to get to a point where I had to say, okay, enough is enough. Because I realized that I'm hurting me as well. And it don't feel good. Because the woman that I love, excuse me, is hurting. And it's me that's hurting her. But I'm only hurting her because I'm hurt at what she did. But she gave me that bullcrap apology. And I'm a man, and you just ain't gonna throw no old weak apology. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You're not gonna throw that type of apology up and think everything is gonna be grits and gravy again. It's not. We are disrespecting each other because nobody wants to, as Miss Tisha Marie Johnson always say, have the hard conversations because we're afraid of the outcome. But the crazy thing is, look at the outcome from not having them. Why you going to bed upset, all upset, bitter and stuff? Why you sleeping on the couch or sleeping in the basement and she upstairs in y'all brand new bed? Why you trying to run you can't even run the streets no more. Everything closed. Ain't too many Walmarts, Myers that's open. Kroger closed early. Most of the Planet Fitness is closed. So you ain't doing you out there at the gas station, sitting at the gas station chilling at the only CVS in a 20-mile radius from you that's still open, sitting because you don't want to go. For what, bro? Girl, somebody has to open their mouth and say enough is enough. But the sad thing is, COVID got so many people scared, or COVID has changed people's trajectory in business and life to where they like, hey,
Hey, Kathy.
I can't. I can't really go nowhere because my money funny now. And a lot of people stay in relationships because of COVID said a lot of stuff. COVID did a lot of stuff last year to people. It made people really realize, like, ooh, I can't do nothing without him. I really can't do nothing without her. My job changed. I had to get another job, so I ain't making the money. Man, if you are stuck somewhere, make it be the best stuck place ever. Have fun, be able to breathe and live. But this disrespecting thing, each other,
Calvin said, if there's no respect, no trust between each other, in his words, go on somewhere. Yeah, it that's pretty bad when you would rather stay at work than to go home. So, ladies, gotta go there. A wise woman builds her house. But guess what? It takes a mature man to live in said house.
but let me do that real quick because I had a youth pastor and he did this. He said, we always hear about the Proverbs 31 woman, but have anybody ever heard about the Proverbs 31 man? Understanding that they were talking about a woman, but there comes a point in time where a man has to start building his house and building his family
Well,
because
it,
the
it,
family
it does talk
on the
about him.
man's name.
It talks about him because she couldn't be all that she was without him.
I mean, it's a little plug here and plug there, but I'm talking about period
Okay.
because for me, you take on the man's name, and the man try to leave his legacy, so you need to be building your house as well. I understand you're supposed to be making her great amongst people, but what you do goes a long way as well. Goes a very long way, sir. So how you act and or react in any situation goes a long way. So while she's building, don't y'all think you need to be building too? And I ain't talking about dividing. I'm talking about building the whole thing together, brick by brick, layer by layer, room by room. It's
Seems
not
like
a
such
me,
a
it's a
foreign
we.
concept. Right. Because I know a lot of couples that
It's only foreign because we have allowed society and this bullcrap that we watch on TV to make it foreign. I understand it's for entertainment, but we have turned entertainment into a regular lifestyle and a modern day living or an example of what living's supposed to be. And we forgot some bare roots and we have forgotten so many bottom rules that built the true foundation of what marriage and or a family is supposed to be. I don't even know what
try
the next thing was. Go ahead.
try that stuff at home. That stuff you watching on non-reality TV and see where it gets you. How's that working for you? In the words of Dr. Phil, it probably isn't. So yeah. But I just want to go back to um what Jay said about the the Proverbs 31 man. Listen, first of all, you got to be a strong man to be able to deal with that kind of woman. His name was made great. He was known amongst the elders because what? Because of his household and because of his leadership. It has to be leadership. It wasn't just her doing all those phenomenal things and he did nothing. but sit around and chat with the boys. No, there had to be some structure. There had to be a good foundation. There had to be some communication. There obviously, we're talking about love and relationships. So that was there too. There had to be intimacy. Come on, let's talk about it. Because some of y'all's problems is that you ain't been intimate. You're neglecting that part of the relationship. There you go, black on me. Fades of black. You're neglecting that part of the relationship, and it's just not physical intimacy. There are other levels of intimacy, which on a Friday soon, we're gonna talk about the different levels of intimacy. It ain't just physical, but you ought to be doing the physical part, point blank, period. So yeah, yeah. Number three. Sarcasm. I'm gonna get all these hard ones out the way. Sarcasm, of course, again, derives from a level of disrespect, dishonor, could be from a place of hurt, as you heard Jay talk about. I'm you hurt me, so I'm gonna hurt you because you hurt me. I mean, tit for tat. I ain't never been one to want to go tit for tat. I don't have time for it. But if you want to, we can. You know what I'm saying? If you just go there, we will. But what's the point? Nowadays, life is so short, you should not want to do that. Life is too short. Who has time to, I'm going to get you because you got me? What was the part of the movie? I don't even remember what movie it was. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I got to get the getters while the getters got me to get the, who has time to do that? Calvin said it has to lead up to the physical part. Yeah, there is a process for most women. One of the things that came up this week in the group was, why is it frowned upon for the woman to be more physical than the man? And there are some reasons
Why
why.
is it frowned upon? Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
frowned
Go,
upon.
go
It's
ahead.
talked about. If if the woman is more physical than the man, it's talked about. That ain't
In
supposed to
certain
be
ways.
natural.
I mean, if you are a studier, you know that the libidos and all that other stuff changes and switches at different times between men and women. Their peaks change at different times. But the crazy thing is, I want to say this real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. This is the second time you have said something that jogged my memory about something I just said and thought about no more than an hour and a half ago when I was cleaning. I was still talking about that whole Tyler Perry and Dr. Phil segment when they were talking about that too, and I just did it, and that's oh, that's two for two. Amen.
We connected when we don't know we connected. That's pretty funny. Uh, but yeah, I mean, at a point you have to say again, enough is enough. I mean, why are we going through that? And I know, some people say, oh, well, it's just cheaper to stay. And if I go, but I mean, I just, I don't know. I think you get to a point,
No, it's not. It's not cheaper.
right?
Try it.
Because the anxiety and the
The
just
stress,
the
the
stress and
frustration,
the
like
frustration, man.
walking on eggshells, and you can't breathe, you can't talk, you can't fart, you can't sneeze, and like, who
But you
wants to
don't want to have a
live
hard conversation.
embodied?
It's just unfortunate.
Be we don't, like I said, we don't want to have a conversation because we really don't. One, we really don't even know where it came from, where it happened. Two, I think if we go back to the beginning, it's gonna be real childish. And it's going to be something that could have been dealt with 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Something that could have been dealt with. You know what? You were right. I apologize because you did say X, Y, and Z, and I honestly really wasn't listening to you or paying no attention. So I apologize. It'll be that cut and dry.
Or something that should have been dealt with a long time ago that's still being
An
held on to.
issue, an
Just
issue that should have been dealt with. You said you didn't do. You said we was gonna do. Why she's still in the picture? Why he's still in the picture? Oh, you show is ha ha he and I said this before, and I'll say it again. Some people got into these relationships bleeding, and during this relationship, they have never healed from their past. So all they have are open wounds that are still gushing out blood in a new relationship. I'm not gonna do my old, analogy because she hates it when I do my old analogy, but I have not done my analogy in a while. Just remember that.
go ahead.
However, no, I'm not. I'm not. But
Right.
we have so much stuff that the wrong thing, the wrong word, the wrong song, the wrong action. You, it's so crazy. You could be playing with your girl. Y'all could be having fun, pillow fighting or whatever, and you hit her across her face, or you like smother her with the pillow, and she's kicking and screaming and crying. You trying to kill me? My ex-husband tried to kill me the same way. Like what? Wait, you were just having a pillow fight. Well, I barely had the pillow on your face. Wait, what just
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
The little small stuff can trigger somebody, and once it triggers them, you're trying to figure out what in the heck just happened. Wait, honey, where did you just go? Because you're not here. Where did you just go?
Right.
And now she's embarrassed, or he's embarrassed.
Yeah.
There are some alpha women that need to watch the way they move. You've been single for so long, and now he's trying to help. And now you think he trying to take over. Now you cussing him out. You got that takeover spirit. You don't pay no bills up in here. Ooh, boo boo. I just said I was gonna take your trash out. What you doing? What you doing? Where you go? If you have issues that you know that you still need to deal with, I'm outside of your marriage. I'm talking about you personally. You need to rectify those issues in self, because he does not deserve, because she does not deserve to have to go through the bull that you're about to put him through because you're selfish and you don't want to heal. I ain't trying to be by myself, then heal. It's gonna take too long. Your fault. He don't know what he's talking about. That's why you in and out of relationships now, since I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why you're not happy in the relationship you in right now, since I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why you settled for the last three, since I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hitting them hard tonight, Jay.
That's why
Woo!
that's why your child support is half your check, since I don't know what I'm talking
Ooh,
about.
ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on
Ain't you
back. Come on back.
ain't you on your third baby daddy?
Come on back. Come on back. Come on
I'm
back.
just saying, God did not intend for us to go through 99% of the bull that we go through.
Yeah.
He didn't. Marriage was founded on the most beautiful thing in the whole wide world, and that's him. Where did we lose sight?
Well, we don't understand the concept of covenant anymore. We look at it like marriage is a contract. It's not a
That's all it
covenant.
is. That's all it is. It's a contract. I needed help paying this house bill. You got a good job. Let's get married. I got Blue Care Network. You got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Let's get married.
And it's so much deeper than that, so much more than that. Yeah.
It really look. I'm about to do something I normally don't do. Please forgive me if I hurt your feelings. I really don't care that I did, but please forgive me. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead. I really don't. I really don't. Because if you don't heal, you're going to live a life less than what God intended for you to live. And then you have to ask yourself, am I in his will or just in a will?
Yeah.
Where you at?
You at? Who you with?
I,
Where
I
you
just
at?
I just want our thing, our thing is that we just want you to heal, get back to self,
Yeah.
and allow God to help you mend those broken pieces and put you back on the right track to a better love, life, and relationship that you've ever had.
Yeah. It's true. Stephanie said also, you never know when you may be dealing with a covert narcissist. It makes it hard to work things out. Absolutely. And once you realize that you are dealing with that, that's you either have to build up to be able to deal with them. I don't know why you would want to stay in that kind of relationship, but there are things that you could do so that you can protect yourself in the midst of that relationship, because they are very manipulative. They are very um charismatic in some ways. I mean, there's just a lot, and very abusive. So you choose to stay in that relationship, you got to learn how to guard yourself. But if you're in that kind of relationship, why would you want to be in an abusive relationship? Now, I get there's a whole lot of reasons why people stay in those kind of relationships, but that's not God's best for your life. That's not the life that's not, it's not even love. But again, we have to go back to, do people even know the definition of love? Do people even realize what that commitment, that love commitment is supposed to look like? And a lot of times the answer is no. We don't have a clue. We are doing those things, like Jay said, it's convenient. We're going to be together because of convenience, not because, yeah, that doesn't work. And then you create these little people who are watching your example and trying to figure out their life before they even have the intellect and the maturity to deal with such complex matters. But you ain't dealt with it. So, yes, sir.
I was just quiet. I raised my hand until you called upon my name. I have two things. Which one would you want? A or B first?
Go
Okay,
with
here we
B.
go. Okay, so I don't even know what B was. So here we go. Let's start this. For God so loved the world that he gave. I'm done. Number two, if you get to a point where you start to think, hmm, in the next 10 years, where is this relationship going? Let's drop it down to five. Let's drop
Do
it
I
down.
want to live this way for the next 365 days?
5 days.
Let's start there.
This time next year,
Woo!
do I still want to go through what I went through in 2020? Once you get to that fork in the road, my question to you is, then what? Then what?
A lot of people can't see the then what. A lot of people can't see living beyond their current situation. But I'm here to tell you that if you're faced with that decision, it is not going to feel good. But I'm here to tell you that you can make it out of it. You can make it beyond it. You can still, and don't have to be bitter. Don't have to be mad at the world. Maybe for a minute. But if you take the time to heal, then you get past that. Because usually that person is still living that way, even when you walk away.
You have to figure out for the next 365 days, am I going to live in disarray with a person, or am I going to live in disarray by myself, however, getting myself back to square one? Because once you leave a person that you love and you thought that was the one, and y'all was building everything, once you leave that person, it hurts. It hurts. Let me try this again. It hurts. Trust me, it does. I think I told the story. I know Tisha know. I think I told the story before about the peanut butter, and that was one of them moments where I had to realize, like, this hurts. And I know there might be some people online that I did tell that story to. And for the sake of time, I'll speed this one up. So once me and my ex-wife separated, I left, we separated. I never had to go I didn't have to go grocery shopping by myself for almost 8 years. She was always there. And I followed her. First time in 8 years that I had to go grocery shopping. And I was standing in front of the peanut butter crying because I didn't know if the Jif or the Peter Pan was the better sale. Crazy that a grown man is in the aisle crying over peanut butter, and this beautiful lady is sitting down here looking at me like trying to get my attention. But I said that to say that was a moment where I realized that the beginning of my process had started, because I realized now I have to start doing things for myself. So now I have to rely on Jonathan. So Jonathan has to be more reliable to Jonathan, because Jonathan is all Jonathan has. And some people don't want to get to that point where they are all that they have, because it's scary. Yes, it is. That process of healing, going through, getting back to square one, getting your feet back together, and starting over, it's scary. But guess what else is scary? Living a life for another 365 days. That's scary too. Because you can either do one thing, two things. You can either be by yourself, heal, and know that better days are ahead, or you can stick and stay, lie to yourself, and never know what the next day is going to bring, or how worse is going to be in day two. Or you always trying to figure out what they about to do next. Or you still searching through cell phones. You still searching through cars. You still got your friend on his Facebook page and you searching his Facebook page through her page or through his page. Man, enough is enough. We not getting younger, we're getting older. So your next step needs to be your best step. I'm not telling you to leave. And I'm not telling you to stay. What I am telling you is you have a decision to make. And the success of your life rises and falls on the decisions that you make and or don't make. But always remember, a decision that is not made is still a decision. This has been the Teacher Marie Johnson Show. I'm just the co-host. Oh, go ahead.
Wow. So, listen, we appreciate you being here. Go ahead and share the broadcast if you have not done so already. We appreciate you joining us every Friday night. We are here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, you can connect with us, inbox us, comment below. We do read the comments, even if we can't
Yes,
see
we
them
do. We really
in the middle of the broadcast. Just know that we're not ignoring you. I'm trying to go between three different pages, but
yeah,
we see
yeah,
you. We
right,
got
right.
you.
We do
Do people?
comment, we do go back and like, and we do share, and we laugh, and we actually keep this party going in the group. So if you're not in the group, it's somewhere down there scrolling somewhere.
It
Bit.ly
is
slash elemental P QRS, whatever. She know it.
Lover and You
Um,
group.
um,
bit.ly/Lover and You group. Go ahead, join the group, join the fun. We have great conversations. Friday, not Friday. Today is Friday. Wednesday did a live in the group. It was pretty
Tuesday,
impactful. Um,
Tuesday.
was it Tuesday? I thought it was
Yeah, it
Wednesday.
was
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Um,
Yeah.
one of them days. But
One of them days.
yeah, we have some great things going on, some great things coming up. Looking forward to some
When we get
great
off punishment.
when the world get off punishment. We're gonna do some meetups in different
Yeah.
cities and different states and all that good stuff. And prayerfully by 2022, we can actually have our in-person conference. I know that some people are gathering. Yeah, we gonna wait on that. But because we want to be safe and be healthy and all that good stuff. So go ahead, join us in the group. It's always an amazing time.
Mhm,
Super excited about the things that are
mhm.
coming up. We are going to be doing another master class soon. Also, opening up a membership
Yeah.
where we're going to do some in-depth teaching and things like that, and just a lot of good stuff going on. So super excited. Thank you so much for your love and support. And as always, if you share this broadcast, we can get the word out because it is our goal, our mission to help people heal so that, when you decide to get into another relationship, if that's what you want, don't make that decision before you're healed. Don't make that decision before you've dealt with your issues. But if you decide that you want to get into another relationship, we want you to be in the best possible space that you can to make that kind of decision. Don't you want to attract the kind of person that you've been waiting for all of your life? Don't you want the love of your life to come and find you? Ladies, we got to get positioned. Now, there are a lot of ladies who are waiting, they're in waiting, but ladies, you just can't wait. You got to get in position. And so there's some things that you have to do to be positioned to get the promise. Huh? Oh, wow. What in the world? Some things that you have to do to get position. And so we're going to be talking about that. Super excited. So, we have been talking about things
Are
that bust
having
up.
she knows they're going. I
You sound
did
like
before
R2D2.
we get out of here. Please forgive me, anybody who cried on Tuesday night. Um, that was not my intent to make anybody cry. I
You
don't
sound like
everybody get
R2D2.
to what
We don't
we
know what you're
say
saying.
because it is our
We don't know
mission
what
and
you're
our
saying. We don't know what you're saying.
for everybody
We don't know what you're
here,
saying.
everybody who shared the broadcast,
He
for
cannot hear me.
everybody
That is funny.
our, our love, our mission, our ministry is to make sure that people heal, prosper, and that um, to settle first for themselves. Also, make sure that they're allowing themselves to show up without love. If you have children,
Ooh, okay. I'm not
they
sure.
like that. Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting. So, thank you, thank you. I think that this
Can y'all hear him? Because I'm not sure. Is it just me?
can you
I think we got dead air going on. All righty. Yeah. He is really breaking up really bad. So I'm not sure what the last thing you heard him say was. What he said. Yeah, yeah. You back? Yeah. Your connection not good. Okay. This has been like all day, like a challenge. I don't know if it's like they trying to do something with the communication, but it's not amusing. Today has been really challenging technologically speaking from the wee hours of the morning on down to tonight. But we appreciate you joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here. We've been talking about the major busters of relationship. And so, you know, get past those things. Get real with yourself and with your partner. Have the hard conversation. And it all boils down to the communication. Are you going to do what it takes to have open, honest, and effective communication? I don't know about you, but I've been in some crazy situations. I've been in some crazy relationships, and there were assumptions that were made. There were, you know, things that should have happened that happened, things that shouldn't have happened, should have never happened that actually did. But a lot of times it boiled down to the communication. And so, that's why we've been doing the Venus Mars thing, because men and women do communicate differently. And so it is up to us, especially after you've gone through that, when you've been through that kind of situation, you want your next, I hope you do. You want your next, encounter your next experience to be better than anything that you experienced before. So do the work. Do the work. Don't settle for, listen, some people are settling for, well, I'm just gonna be by myself, or all men are alike, or all these women out here, they doing the same thing. No, not at all. You have to have a different perspective, but you got to be the kind of person that you're expecting to come into your life. Are you that person? Have you developed those skills? Are you purposed to be better than you were before? I hope that you've taken account of that. I hope that you have taken responsibility as it relates to that. Have you been accountable for your own actions, your own responsibility? Listen, divorce is not just a one person thing. Divorce took two people, just like the relationship took two people, just like the marriage, it took two people. So you got to take accountability of your actions, of your role, of your part in all of it. And sometimes that's hard, you know. I can remember clearly. I was on the road one day, and God, he this, and oh my God, I can't believe he did that, and blah 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 blah. Blah. I'm just going on and on. God was like, "You done? You sure? You got it all out now?" And then broke me down with one thing. I was like, "Did you just say that to me?" Yeah, because I hadn't taken accountability in that area, in that regard. Because I was like, okay, let me look at why I allowed myself to be in this situation. Let me look at that thing. And really looked at it. But there was something that I was missing. Listen, you have to be in a situation where someone is helping you through. And yes, we can pray and Holy Spirit can do what he does, but he didn't put you on the earth to be alone. So there's help for you available. But are you going to do the help? And are you going to be willing to take the advice that's given? Now, sometimes he on the roll and he hard because we hear the feedback. Somebody is always like, oh my God, you're so hard. Well, sometimes that's what's required. Sometimes you can't hear the fluffy side of the truth. Sometimes the truth gotta smack you in the face. Seriously. So, but you need to get the help so that you can make it through the issues, so that you can make it through the hurt and the pain, so you can deal with those issues that potentially could be holding you back from the best relationship of your life. I don't know about you. I'm like, this is the conversation that I had. Listen, show me, because I want to see all of this, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We can talk about the good stuff, but what about the ugly parts of me? Come on, show me, tell me. And I put people in my life to say, hey, when you see this stuff, and I do a regular check-in, because sometimes people they just love you, and they're just gonna love you for who you are. But I'm like, look, okay, as a leader, as a business owner, as a woman of God, as a woman, as a sister, how am I doing? What is it that I need to do to improve myself? Because I want to be the absolute best that I can be. And, as you get older and you learn some stuff, you got some bruises and some bumps and some scars along the way. You should say to yourself, well, hey, let me get this thing right, because I don't have another 10, 15 years to play with nobody, because I don't want to. There's some very specific things that I want to do in the next 10, 15, 20 years, if the Lord say so. There's some things I want to do, and I ain't got time to be messing around, playing around. Yeah, I need to be better so that I can attract better, so that I can live better. We're gonna leave that right there. So I hope that's you. That you don't want to keep going around the same old relationship mulberry bush that's played out. That's old. You should want to see some things differently. And listen, I hope this whole pandemic stuff has taught you that life is precious, life is short. I know some women who had not even made it to their first anniversary, husband taken out, or celebrating less than 5 years, husband ain't here no more. Life is short. And I'm sure there were some that wives did the same thing. That, mm. So you definitely want to make sure that you get you together. Get you together, boo, for real. So thank you guys. So I see Coach Jay's in the comments, so he's not coming back on the broadcast, obviously. But we appreciate you joining us. Go ahead, share the broadcast if you have not already done so. And if you have, share it again. Share, share, share. Sharing is caring, and we appreciate you doing just that. We're here every Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guess what? Next week, let's see. Do I want to say it? Next week, Fiery Friday is gonna be Fiery Friday in the Zoom room. I don't know what we're gonna do. He's not here, so I can't ask him, and he can't respond. Oh well. But I do believe that we're gonna be celebrating my birthday next Friday. At least that was the original plan to celebrate. So, I like to dance. We're gonna have some music. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make sure we have some giveaways and all that good stuff. So yeah. Looking to, because again, life is precious. I'm not waiting until a monumental birthday to celebrate. We're gonna celebrate every birthday that comes by. So join us, and you'll get the announcement. But I'm super excited that you guys have joined us tonight. We appreciate you joining us. And listen, if you have suggestions or you have topics that you want to share, or you want us to discuss, or you want to talk about it, especially if you're in a group, then go ahead and let us know so that we can put that on the schedule, on the agenda, on tap to talk about. And we will definitely incorporate that into the schedule. So, Renee, my birthday is April 19th. So, Monday after next is my actual birthday. So, I think we're going to celebrate on Friday. Nonetheless, I'm super excited. Listen, go to bit.ly/lover in you. Oh, that link is wrong. Wow. Why are women so mean? No way. Lover in you group is the link to join us. Let me correct that. I know it's been somebody like, that link is not working. Yeah. Lover in you group, bit.ly/lover in you group. It's a group, no drama. It's a safe space to share. And there's no topic off limits, and we appreciate you being there and doing that. So in the meantime and in between time, have a great and amazing night. Have an awesome week ahead, and we look forward to seeing you next week. I don't know. I'll probably be back this upcoming week, but he and I, him and him, will be back next Friday. So I will see you guys soon. Love you much. Have a great